If you found the property that you want to purchase and the auction's coming up soon, and you've never been to one before and have no idea how it's work, don't stress. Today, I'm going to take you through the process of how to buy a property at an auction. We'll talk about a few of the key requirements and things that you need to understand, like what an unconditional offer is, what on the market means, when to actually pay a deposit, and a few bidding strategies for the day. Let's jump right in. Now, there are a few basic rules of property auctions that will apply in different states and territories. The first and most important thing to understand when buying at an auction is that offers are unconditional, which means there's no cooling off period. This means that if you make the winning offer, you cannot back out of the contract of sale. And to do so would generally mean forfeiting your hard-earned deposit. It's incredibly important to make sure your finances are sorted so you can be 100% confident when bidding at an auction, and the easiest way to do that is get a home loan pre-approval. Now, the second thing to know is that during the auction itself, the property will not technically be on the market for sale until bidding reaches the vendor's reserve price. The reserve price is the minimum price that the vendor has agreed to sell their property for, and this will not be advertised anywhere prior to the auction. Once the auction is kicked off, the auctioneer will notify bidders once the reserve price has been met and the property is on the market. If the price never reaches the minimum reserve, the property will be passed in. If the reserve price is met, the highest bid of the auction will win the property, and the contract of sale is exchanged unconditionally with a check for the deposit being transferred straight away. For this to happen, there will be a few things you need to prepare for prior to that event. So let's go through what these are. In addition to having your finance in place, you'll need to be ready to pay the deposit should you be the winner of the auction. It's important to speak to the real estate agent prior to the auction to ensure your method of payment is acceptable within the contract of sale. An example of the deposit payment could be a bank check or even an electronic payment. The actual deposit requirement will be stipulated on the contract of sale. This is generally 10%. However, it can be negotiated to a smaller deposit, such as a 5% or even a 2.5% if it's negotiated in with the real estate agent and conveyancer prior to the auction. It's really important to have any amendments to the contract of sale approved and agreed in writing prior to the auction, and that's why it's so important that a conveyancer reviews the contract. A good example of this could be an extension of the settlement period, a reduction in the deposit amount, or any other changes to any of the clauses on the contract of sale. Finally, and most importantly, you should have an agreed walk-away price prior to the auction starting to make sure you can stay within your budget, as auctions can be an incredibly stressful and emotional time. Alright, let's talk through the 3 key tried and tested tactics to not only help you be the successful bidder at the auction, but to help you get it at a good and fair price. The first is timing. When multiple bidders are fighting for a property, wait until the bids start to die down before making yours, as you don't want to get caught up in a rapid-fire bidding war. Just make sure your walkaway price is front of mind. The second tip is to use on-the-market tactics. Once the property is declared on the market for sale, start to reduce your increments in bidding so that you can look around the room, analyze your competition, and start to take control of the final stages of the auction. The third and final tip is to make big jumps. For example, if the last few bids have been at $500 and you're still within your walkaway price, don't be afraid to throw out a $5,000 or even a $10,000 bid to give the illusion that you've got deep pockets and to also create doubt in your competition's mind. So there it is, how auctions work, the things you need to think about and prepare for prior to the big day, and a few tips to help you secure the property at a good price. Now, if you're thinking of bidding at an auction and don't have your finances sorted, or want to make sure you've got the best deal sorted before that auction, jump onto lendy.com.au. Our online home loan platform compares 2,500 products from over 35 different lenders to make sure you get the best rate possible. We've also got a team of locally based home loan specialists to hold your hand and walk you through the process. Check out our video if you want more information on the home loan pre-approval process, things to look out for, and key benefits of being pre-approved. You can also check out our video on stamp duty, one of the key costs applicable when purchasing land or property in Australia. Finally, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell so you can get notified when we post new videos. See you next time.